Are you one of those small business owners that thinks that staying focused on your strategy is all about willpower? Perhaps you think that you're somebody who's either naturally well focused or too easily distracted. Well, I am here to tell you today that none of those things are true. It's not a matter of willpower, and it is not the fact that you've either got it or you haven't. If you're somebody that struggles to stay focused on your strategy, what it actually means is that you just don't have the right tools and strategies in place to help you to do that. So today I'm going to share with you 4 of my favourite tips to help you stay focused and help you to grow your business rather than feeling like you're constantly pulled into the day-to-day firefighting and the typical graft that goes on. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is having really clear times and deadlines for things. So as a classic example, social media can be one of the biggest distractions in your business. And yes, it's a necessary evil because you have to be there for your marketing, but it's so easy to just enter that doom scroll and be stuck there for hours, days, weeks or months. So for things like that can be a really easy distraction or time stealer, have a very clear deadline and a strategy for that piece of work. So for instance, tell yourself, I'm going to be on there for 20 minutes or for 30 minutes. And your strategy is, I'm going to put a post up on LinkedIn. I'm going to comment on 2 new posts. I am going to send out 10 new connection requests or something like that. So a clear strategy, a really clear deadline, and just stop that being dragged into something and losing a load of time because you've just not got that focus on it. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is about letting other people know when you're available and when you're not. So the rest of your team, whether they're outsourced or in-house, your key clients, particularly the ones who like to come to you with a million different questions, make it clear to those people when you're available and when you're not, and then stick to it. Even things like having really clear times of the day when you respond to emails or you respond to messages. That way people get to understand when they should actually approach you and when they need to leave you to get on with it and stay focused. And the third tip is similar, but on to the next step. It's being reasonable about your response times. It's so easy these days in this sort of generation of instant gratification to think that you have to respond to everything immediately. Every email's got to be dealt with, every message, every WhatsApp, every Facebook message, every single other thing has all got to be dealt with immediately. But so often what happens there is that you set a standard which is actually way above the standards or the expectations of your customer. Unless you're somebody that's selling instantly online, the vast majority of clients are more than happy to receive a response within a couple of hours. Whereas so often you'll be setting yourself a standard to be responding within a matter of minutes. And if you do that, then you force yourself into a space of being constantly distracted. It's impossible to focus when you're in that spiral of feeling you constantly have to respond to everything instantly. So set yourself some really realistic response times, a couple of times a day. Your customers will get used to that. They'll be more than happy with a sensible response time, and you then get to take much more control over what you're actually doing with your time. A little extra tip on that is understanding that actually being slightly less accessible can make you seem a lot more valuable to customers, because it says that you are busy. That suggests that you are important. It implies that you're really good at what you do. Whereas when you're constantly available, there could easily be the implication that you're not that busy. Maybe you haven't got that many clients. Could it be that you're not that good at what you do? And it's easy for clients to take you for granted if you're constantly available. Whereas if they see you as that little bit aloof, only a little, not massively, they're actually more likely to respect and value what you do. So I want to wrap this all up by just getting you to think about the fact that what you do with your time is a constant choice. The reason so many people get distracted is because they don't make a conscious choice about what they do with their time. They just react instantly to whatever's in front of them, and then their time and their choices are stolen. So if you just get into the habit of pausing and choosing how to respond, go back and apply these strategies. What's your response time? When are you actually available? What is your deadline for this piece of work? If you stick to those strategies and always make constant choices, then you'll find yourself much more focused on what you do, focused on your strategy, and much more likely to grow. So if you are somebody that gets very frustrated by the amount of firefighting that goes on, or feeling like you're constantly working but you can never get around to your growth strategy, get in touch with me at taylory.co.uk and let's talk about how we can get you much more focused on growth in your own business.